The next set of practices we're going to use is a set of self-touch practices that involve brushing and stroking the skin in order to send, again, a bunch of neurological information to the brain that says, hey, we're here and we're okay. Let's start with brushing across the chest. A lot of us tend to hold a lot of tension in the chest and shoulders, I'm sure you've noticed, and this is a great way to encourage the tissue to release that tension without you having to dig in and get it out, but instead just ask the tissue to do it. Your body actually knows how to release stress and tension. You don't have to force it out. Sometimes you can just encourage. So here's how. I'm going to take my soft little patty paw fingertips, very, very gentle, and rest them on my chest. I'm not pressing in, I'm not digging in, and I'm not poking at all. I'm just resting my fingertips. And then from the breastbone outward, I'm just going to draw straight, soft lines from the middle toward the armpit. I'm not pushing hard at all. I'm not trying to dig knots out of the tissue right now. I'm trying to remind the soft connective tissue called fascia underneath my fingers that it can line up in long straight lines out from the center instead of staying bunched where it's probably gotten used to being. So I'm going to spend just 10 to 30 seconds, depending upon how long it feels good to do it for, just lightly stroking from the breastbone out. This is not a practice that will create an instantaneous, dramatic change in the tissue. What it instead is designed to do is gradually, softly change the tissue over time, which makes a more sustainable change. If I have a big dramatic change all at once, sometimes I can keep that, but as often as not, it wants to go back to where it's familiar being, which is tight, compressed, and protective. Instead, with this practice, I'm encouraging it with repetition over time, 10 seconds a few times a day, every day for a month. I'm just encouraging the tissue to line up long and soft across the chest. We can actually do this in different parts of the body. We can start from the fingers or the hands and lightly stroke up the arm, just going all the way around. This should feel somewhere from neutral to really good. If it doesn't, don't do it, skip it. That's why there are lots of different practices in this series, because some of this is going to feel great to you and some of it isn't. And the stuff that isn't for you, don't do it. So again, I'm not squeezing, I'm not pushing, I'm not pressing. I'm literally just stroking the skin really lightly, encouraging the fascia, the soft connective tissue underneath, to stay soft. Just like when you slap on that mixture of cornstarch and water that some people call oobleck, it gets rigid, it gets hard. When you put force into fascia, it gets rigid, it gets hard. But if you put really soft pressure, the lightest touch, it'll actually stay more fluid, and then you can encourage it into long straight lines, which gives your muscles more room to straighten out, relax, and let go.